Most boats lose value. It's one of the few things buyers simply accept. The day a new boat leaves the dealership, it's usually worth less than it was the day before. Years pass, newer models appear, and prices gradually fall. That's normal. In fact, it's exactly what happens to most boats on the market, but every now and then, you come across a model that seems to follow a completely different set of rules. A boat that's 10 years old and still surprisingly expensive. A boat that owners struggle to replace. A boat that attracts buyers almost immediately whenever one becomes available. And sometimes a boat that's worth nearly as much as it was years earlier. That raises an interesting question. Why do some boats hold their value so well while others lose it quickly? The answer has very little to do with age and much more to do with reputation. Today, we're looking at 7 boats that have earned a reputation for holding their value better than most. These aren't necessarily the biggest boats, or the fastest, or even the most luxurious, but they are boats that buyers continue to want year after year, and that's ultimately what protects value. Before we begin, I'm curious. What's the best investment you've ever made? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoy practical boats and smart buying decisions, subscribe to the channel. Before we get into the list, it's important to understand something. Boats that hold value well usually have a few things in common. They have strong reputations. They have loyal owners. They're known for quality. And perhaps most importantly, demand remains high even years after they were first built, because value isn't determined by what something originally cost. It's determined by what people are willing to pay for it today. And that's exactly why the first boat on our list performs so well. The Ranger Tug 29. Over the years, the Ranger Tug has become one of the most recognizable small cruising boats in North America, and that popularity plays a major role in protecting its value. People know what it is, they understand what it offers, and there's a steady stream of buyers looking for one. That's a powerful combination. The Ranger Tug also benefits from being extremely practical. It's manageable for owner-operators, comfortable enough for extended cruising, and versatile enough to appeal to a wide range of boaters. That broad appeal matters because the larger the pool of potential buyers, the easier it becomes to sell a boat when the time comes. Many boats serve a very specific niche. The Ranger Tug appeals to a much larger audience, and that helps keep demand strong, even when the boat is years old. Another factor is owner satisfaction. People who enjoy their boats tend to speak highly of them, and over time, those positive experiences create a reputation that attracts future buyers. That's exactly what happened with the Ranger Tug. Its reputation became one of its most valuable assets, and that's one reason these boats continue holding their value so well. But the next boat on our list may be even more impressive when it comes to demand, because it offers many of the same qualities while adding even more versatility. The next boat on our list is the Cutwater 30. At first glance, the Cutwater might seem like a surprising choice. After all, it's not an ultra-luxury yacht. It's not a heavy expedition trawler, and it's certainly not one of the largest boats in its class. But when it comes to holding value, practicality often matters more than prestige. The Cutwater was designed to appeal to a wide range of owners: weekend cruisers, retired couples, families looking for comfortable coastal adventures, and even first-time boat owners moving up from smaller vessels. That versatility creates demand, and demand protects value. Because no matter how good a boat may be, it needs buyers. The Cutwater rarely struggles with that problem. Its layout is efficient, the accommodations are comfortable, and the overall ownership experience tends to be straightforward. Those qualities make it attractive not only when it's new, but years later as well. Many owners find that the boat offers exactly what they're looking for without requiring the size, cost, or complexity of a larger yacht. And that's a sweet spot that remains attractive even when market conditions change. Another advantage is familiarity. People know the brand, they've seen the boats, they understand what they're getting, and uncertainty is one of the biggest enemies of resale value. The easier a boat is for buyers to understand, the easier it becomes to sell. That's one reason the Cutwater continues performing so well on the used market. It offers a package that remains desirable year after year. But our next boat holds its value for a completely different reason: the Sargo 36. Unlike the previous boats, the Sargo isn't built around mass appeal. It's built around reputation, and that reputation is incredibly strong. Originally developed for demanding northern European waters, the Sargo was designed with all-weather capability in mind. Everything about the boat reflects that mission. The enclosed pilot house, the robust construction, the practical layout, the sense that this is a boat designed to be used rather than simply admired. And buyers notice. The Sargo has developed a reputation for quality that extends far beyond its size. Owners often describe the boats as exceptionally well built, capable, and dependable. Those qualities create something every boat owner wants: confidence, and confidence has value, particularly when buyers are investing significant amounts of money. Another reason these boats hold their value so well is simple: there aren't many of them. Limited supply combined with strong demand creates a powerful formula. When buyers decide they want a Sargo, they often discover that finding the right one isn't easy, and scarcity tends to support prices, especially when the product has a strong reputation. The result is a boat that often surprises people with its resale performance. Years pass, new competitors enter the market, and yet the Sargo continues attracting buyers willing to pay a premium. Not because it's the cheapest option, but because many believe it's one of the best. And that's a theme you'll continue seeing throughout today's list. The boats that hold value best aren't necessarily bargains. They're the boats buyers trust. And the next boat on our list takes that idea in a very different direction, because unlike traditional monohulls, this boat stands out the moment you see it. The next boat on our list is the Aspen C108. And unlike every other boat we've discussed so far, the Aspen stands out immediately. One look and you know it's different. Its asymmetrical catamaran design isn't just unusual, it's intentional. The company behind Aspen approached boat design with a specific goal in mind: efficiency, comfort, and reduced operating costs. The result was a boat that quickly developed a loyal following among owners who appreciated practical innovation. And that loyalty plays a major role in protecting resale value, because buyers aren't simply purchasing a boat, they're purchasing an idea, a different way of boating. Many owners report lower fuel consumption than they expected, smooth cruising characteristics, and a boating experience that feels different from traditional monohulls. That uniqueness matters. In a crowded market, boats that genuinely stand out often attract dedicated buyers, and dedicated buyers are exactly what support resale value. Another factor is rarity. Aspen boats aren't produced in huge numbers. That means supply remains limited. When a quality used example becomes available, there are often more interested buyers than available boats, and whenever demand exceeds supply, prices tend to remain strong. That's one reason the Aspen C108 continues holding its value surprisingly well. Not everyone wants one, but the people who do often want one very badly. And that's a powerful advantage in any resale market. The next boat on our list achieves strong resale value through an entirely different approach: the Back Cove 37. Unlike the Aspen, the Back Cove doesn't rely on unusual design. Instead, it focuses on refinement. Everything about the boat feels carefully considered: the layout, the finish quality, the comfort, the overall ownership experience. Owners frequently describe Back Cove boats as easy to live with and easy to enjoy. And while that might sound simple, it's incredibly important, because buyers aren't just shopping for specifications, they're shopping for experiences. A boat that consistently creates positive experiences develops a strong reputation, and strong reputations protect value. The Back Cove brand has spent years building exactly that kind of reputation. People know what they're getting. They trust the quality, and that confidence encourages buyers to pay premium prices even for older examples. Another reason these boats perform well on the used market is broad appeal. They're comfortable, stylish, practical, and attractive to a wide range of buyers. That larger buyer pool creates stronger demand, and stronger demand creates stronger resale values. It's a pattern you'll notice again and again throughout today's list. The boats that hold value best are often the boats that owners genuinely enjoy owning, because happy owners create future buyers. By now, I'm curious, if someone offered you one of these boats today, would you keep it or sell it? Let me know in the comments. And if you're enjoying the video, don't forget to subscribe, because the final two boats on our list are among the most respected names in boating. Boats that have spent decades building reputations strong enough to support remarkable resale values. And one of them is often considered the gold standard when it comes to holding value over time. The next boat on our list is the Sabre 42. If there's one word that consistently appears when owners talk about Sabre boats, it's quality. Not flashy features, not marketing slogans. Quality. The Sabre brand has spent decades building a reputation for craftsmanship, attention to detail, and thoughtful design. And reputations like that take a very long time to build. But they can have a huge impact on resale value, because buyers aren't just purchasing a boat. They're purchasing confidence. Confidence that the boat was built properly. Confidence that it has been engineered carefully. And confidence that years from now, people will still want it. That's one reason Sabres continue commanding strong prices even as they age. The boats simply don't feel outdated as quickly as many competitors. Good craftsmanship tends to age well. The layouts remain practical, the styling remains attractive, and the ownership experience remains desirable. Many owners who purchase a Sabre aren't looking for the cheapest option. They're looking for the right option. And buyers willing to prioritize quality often help support stronger resale values over time. Another advantage is owner loyalty. Sabre owners tend to speak highly of their boats, and positive word of mouth remains one of the most powerful forces in any market, especially in boating, because people trust owners far more than advertisements. The result is a boat that continues attracting buyers year after year, even when newer alternatives are available. But if there is one boat that perfectly represents today's topic, it's our final entry, the Fleming 55. When experienced boaters discuss boats that hold their value, the Fleming name almost always enters the conversation. And for good reason. Few boats have developed such a strong reputation for quality, consistency, and owner satisfaction. The Fleming isn't inexpensive. In fact, it's often one of the more expensive boats in its category. Yet demand remains remarkably strong, year after year, decade after decade. That's because the Fleming has become something more than just a boat. It's become a benchmark. Many buyers use the Fleming as the standard against which other boats are measured, and that kind of reputation is incredibly valuable. Owners frequently praise the construction quality, the engineering, the fit and finish, the overall sense that every detail was carefully considered. When a boat consistently delivers that experience, buyers notice, and they continue seeking those boats long after they leave the factory. Another factor is supply. There are far fewer quality used Flemings available than there are people interested in buying them. That imbalance creates strong pricing power, and it's one of the biggest reasons these boats have such an impressive history of retaining value. In many ways, the Fleming represents the perfect example of what we're discussing today. A boat doesn't need to be new to remain desirable. It simply needs to remain respected, and respect is something the Fleming has earned over many years. After looking at all 7 boats on today's list, one thing becomes clear. The boats that hold their value best aren't necessarily the newest. They're not always the largest, and they're not always the fastest. What they have is something much more important. Trust. Buyers trust the quality. Owners trust the reputation, and the market trusts that demand will remain strong in the future. That's why some boats seem to lose value almost immediately, while others remain surprisingly expensive year after year. Because in the end, value isn't determined by age, it's determined by desirability. And these boats have proven that some designs never stop being desirable. So now I'm curious, Which boat on today's list do you think holds its value best? And are there any boats you think should have made the list? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.